Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pancho Show. This is Pancho, your host, the greatest salesman in the world, self-proclaimed. I got some really cool topics I want to discuss with you today. Today, I'm filming 2 episodes. We're going to obviously not put them up at the same time because then you guys are going to get overwhelmed with so much cool stuff. But anyways, the first subject that I want to talk to you about has to do with one of my favorite subjects in life, which is sales. Sales, as you know, is my bread and butter. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. I come from a long lineage of salespeople, and I'm going to talk to you today about the most important aspect of being a great salesperson, and it's follow-up. Follow-up is the key to making sales work. If you could be super good at marketing, you could be fantastic at generating a bunch of leads. You could be really good at getting people's information and starting to contact them and making all those contacts. But if you drop the ball in the follow-up process, you're messing up. Nothing's going to ever happen. There's a saying that says the money is made in the follow-up. So it's really critical that you remember to always follow up in every aspect. And I'm talking before the sale and after the sale. That's when you're going to set yourself apart from everybody else that forgets about people and drops the ball. Now, one thing, and the biggest thing that I want to talk to you about today in terms of follow-up is the reason why a lot of people hold back on following up. And it's because of that cliche of being salespeople. How many times have we heard it? Oh, no, he's so pushy. He's so salesman-y. Oh, whatever. So if you go and you actually go to Google and you say, why are salespeople so, you're going to see that it says pushy or arrogant or all kinds of nasty negative things. However, I believe that the best salespeople are those that push the hardest and those that follow up the most aggressively. And here's the reason why. And this is what I think every good salesperson needs to really get in their mind and really understand and take to heart when it comes to making their business explode. It's okay to be aggressive in your follow-up. It's okay to be somewhat pushy if you're doing it for the right reasons and because you are genuinely there to help them achieve a certain goal. So how does the sales process work? It's very simple, right? You're going to talk to somebody, you're going to consult with them, they're going to tell you that they need a particular product or service that you or your company offers. Then at that point, you're going to figure out what it is specifically about that product or service that they need. What is it about that particular thing that they absolutely must have in their life and the reason behind it? If the why is very strong and they genuinely need it, then if you are the best at offering that service or your product is the best to suit those needs, hopefully you know this because as a professional, you know your product and service top to bottom and really understand how it's going to be of value to that customer, then you need to be able to get that message across to that particular client, right? So for example, you want to make sure that whoever it is that you are talking to about a particular product or service, that you can give them whatever it is, information, everything, and tools to be able to make the right choice. For example, in real estate, this is something that I know a lot about because I'm in the industry, right? I've had clients that really are very on the defensive. They really don't feel comfortable in pulling the trigger on doing something in their transaction. Maybe they're a little bit nervous. Maybe they're a little bit scared. However, when you meet with them, you realize that they're paying a super high rent. They could probably lower their monthly payments by going to a purchase. They would start building equity. They're telling you that they want to have certain pets, and in the current place that they live, they can't. All these little things and situations that people are in that you know that you can help them. However, because it's a very big purchase, and because it is a lot of money, and because it requires a big effort, they get very hesitant and they hold back. You as a good salesperson, knowing and understanding their needs and their wants, and knowing and understanding that your product and your service is going to be able to really improve their life and help them out, it's your responsibility to be pushy and to get that point across as to why. I'm not talking about using weird closing techniques or abrasive at points, pushy tactics, you know, leading, using all the leading questions and stuff like that. No, I'm talking about genuinely caring about what they want so that you can actually help them get into what it is that they need so that so that everybody can be happy, right? So at the end of the day, what I think you need to do is you really need to understand your product and your service, understand why it's so beneficial to your client, and therefore, because you are the best of the best, it's okay to be a little bit pushy, and it's okay for you to really drive that point across, and it's okay for you to call them up consistently. Another really important point to consider when you are having those thoughts of holding back and saying, oh man, I don't really want to be that pushy. They haven't answered my text or my call in like 2 or 3 times. Should I really keep trying? Maybe they're not interested. Think about this. Maybe you've just had bad timing and you're catching them at points that really aren't good times for them. If you stop, it's an automatic no. It's guaranteed that your client is not going to get the benefit of your product or your service. You are not going to be able to get the sale. The moment you stop, it's guaranteed. However, if you keep pushing, you keep opening up opportunities to maybe make that happen. But the biggest thing that I think you need to take into consideration when you're having those thoughts is that what if by stopping, you make them feel like you don't care? What if at that moment that you say, you know what? No, they're not responding. They're not calling me back. I'm going to stop. They feel you forgot about them. You forget. They feel that maybe you didn't care enough, or maybe they felt that really you didn't have the right offer, or you weren't so confident in your own product or your own service to really push for it. I have had countless clients come to me after the sale has closed and say, thank you for pushing me into doing this. Thank you for being so aggressive in following up with me so that I could pull the trigger, because if you wouldn't have pushed me, I would have never done it. And now I see the benefit of it. Again, I'm not talking to you being an asshole and really, really pushing hard without a genuine interest in doing what's right for your clients. I'm talking about doing what's right for them. And because you know your product so well and you understand that your service is going to be the absolute best, you're doing them a disservice, but not pushing them. Because what if by you not pushing, they end up going with somebody else that was referred to them by somebody that ends up being super mediocre, or maybe their product is crappy and they're not going to be getting all the benefits that they could have received by going with your services and your product. Think about it that way. Only do this. You only have the right and you only have the privilege of calling yourself a good salesperson and being able to push forward when you're following up and being aggressive with your follow-up if you know your product or your service top to bottom, you understand your clients' wants and needs, and you are 100% certain that your product or your service is the best for them. On the other hand, it's okay sometimes just to establish a stronger relationship with certain prospects to tell them that you're not the best fit. Refer them to somebody else. I've done it in the past in my career. I did it in the auto industry, believe it or not. There were multiple times that I told them, you know what? This might not be the perfect car for you. It might not be your budget. However, there's this other option over here. I used to work at another dealership that sold this. Maybe that's a better car for you. Think about it that way, because what happens is now you establish a really strong relationship with that client, because nobody does that. Everybody wants what's in it for them, right? By doing that, that sets you totally apart. You're going to get more referrals and things of that nature. But the biggest thing to keep in mind is that if you did a proper consultation with your client and you know for sure that that particular client really needs what you have to offer, and you know that you're going to be doing the absolute best possible thing for them, why not push for it? Why not push hard to drive that particular point across so that they can feel comfortable, confident that you are the best choice? They give you the sale, and everybody wins. So from now on, if you're in sales, make sure to master your product knowledge. Make sure to become really, really good at consultation so that you really understand your clients' wants and needs. And most importantly, if you are sure that your product or service is going to accommodate what they need to the best of the best, to be the best of the best, be willing to push forward. Because by pushing and by being that salesperson that doesn't stop, you're going to make sure that they don't end up with a mediocre salesperson, with a mediocre product, with a mediocre service from somebody else. You're going to make sure that they're buying the best of the best, right? So understand your product, understand the people's wants and needs, really know that you're giving them the best of the best, and therefore you are allowed and you have the right to be a little bit aggressive on your follow-up. Make sure to contact them. And most importantly, you don't ever want them to feel like they were forgotten or like that you don't care. You can even use that as your script when you're calling them. Hey, you know what? I want to make sure that you don't think that I forgot about you. I'm here whenever you're ready. I'm going to keep calling you just to make sure that you don't ever think that I forgot about you. All right? So go kill it. Go get some sales. Make sure to really become the best of the best when it comes to being the best salesperson out there. Whatever it is, your product or service, become a professional, and let's get together to make salespeople have that great reputation that they've never had. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in any of the things that I said, and if you think this message could be a good message for somebody else, please make sure to like, comment, share it with everybody that you know. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.